السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا افرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري وأشرك في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين. آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين. Inshallah, we will continue. Let's study the story of Moses in the Quran, which has many aspects to benefit for our practical life here. Now we have lately last week discussed about the Moses has left his tribe, not that he was angry or not that he just wanted to abandon them to the people of, I wouldn't say the people of Israel, because people of Israel represents here the people who follow the prophetic tradition or prophetic message. So I would say he left his people who followed him and went to God. And God says, why did you come early before your people, your followers? Before your followers. So your followers must come to me together with you. But you came to me alone. It means your followers have not reached to the level that they are ready to communicate with me. They didn't become aware of me really. But of course, Moses thought, because the people listen to the revelation, to the teachings of the prophet, and we think that, oh, I am a Muslim, I read the Quran, and I am very respectful to the Prophet Muhammad, and he is the messenger of God and the last messenger of God, definitely. But what does it mean? Am I really digesting this idea within me? And am I really digesting the teachings of the Quran within me? Am I really ready to practice the teachings of the Prophet within myself and as myself? Or this is just an acknowledgement that we have a creator, yes, correct, and Muhammad is the messenger of God, yes, correct. I agree, the idea, I accept it, I confirm it, yes, it must be somehow correct. But does it make me satisfied with the teachings? Now, let's assume that a person who is taking a course in, I don't know, architecture. So in the university or the college, he is taking the course. He is intending to become an architect. Now, he says, I love this subject. Okay. I love to be an architect. Fine. That's not hypocrisy. That is all correct. That's all correct. It's an honest claim. It is not a fake claim, no. And he takes the course for 1 year only. Can he become an architect? And he says, oh, the course I took was very useful. That is interesting. I love them. And if only I become an architect, perfect architect. Now, that is what I took 1 year course on architect. Does this person become an architect? That is the point here. Yes, somebody enrolled in the faculty or the college, the university, where architecture is taught, like the people who are enrolled in the teachings of Moses, or I am enrolled in the teachings of Muhammad. I say, I am a student of Muhammad. I love his teaching. I am not hypocrite. Really, I am not. In reality, I am not. Let's assume in this way. So that's it. But do I take the course? This is the message. They say, Moses, you are great. We have seen your miracles, and what you are saying is all correct as far as we hear now. And I am a student of your school. Okay, have you educated yourself? No. That is the problem presented here. As soon as the school, the teacher is left the class, what happens in the classroom? Everybody knows it. Huh? The seriousness, the attention of the students turn out to be, oh, shall we have a cup of coffee and something to eat? Let's go to the dining room or canteen, or whatever they have. Completely different subject. As soon as teacher leaves the classroom completely changes it. That is our reality. That is why God presents this picture, this scenario to us, asks us, tells us that, look, as soon as Moses, the prophet, left the class, the people started going to completely different directions and busying themselves with completely different things. Look what happens. Now, what happened? Samiri in the Quranic language, ask the people, what are your lovable decorations, beautiful things that you love? Moses is not there. The classroom is free, but there is somebody who is following the teachings of Moses and representing him, but he is not the teacher, but his helper. Is it the same? We will see how the Quran describes it. Now, this person say, okay, let's go out, let's play football or volleyball, or let's go to the dining room, have a nice, I don't know, donut and coffee or something sweet, nice, whatever you like. Completely everything changed now. And when the teacher comes back again, he finds the people not paying attention to the subject that he taught. That is our human reality. We have to accept this. I am not like always, I'm not always like when I studied the Quran and said, amazing language, amazing picture, scenario presented to me, just really reflects and resonates in my feelings. As soon as I am out, I am in the dining room having my coffee. So when the teacher comes back and people are not listening to his instructor, helper, if you like. And they were just after the sound of a image which sounds like an animal voice. Whoa, something like that. It means they just left their human side and started to be concerned with their animalistic side. They were enjoying it. They said, oh, it is very good. You know, it makes my body feel in this way, in that way. But how about your humanity, your spirit? How does it satisfy your spirit? No satisfaction. So let's go into the verse we were left. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim last week. Let me get the, okay. أفلا يرون إلا يرجع إليهم قولا ولا يملك لهم ضرا ولا نفعا. Moses came and surprised. Have they not realized that let me see that one here. That thing cannot give any response, and no human voice addressing the needs of humanity. It only makes noise addressing to animality, animal side of us. Don't they realize that they need a voice which makes sense to them so that they can understand, they can digest in their human senses and satisfy their human needs, not animal needs. Animal needs you can satisfy. You don't have to worship anything. Just go, even you are an atheist, you go and cultivate the land, you can get food. The universe is like this, created in this way. Your animalistic side is guaranteed. Don't worry about it. You have to work about it. But your human side, human expectations, are not provided within this universe. I am teaching you this, or your creator is teaching you through the message that I convey to you. So it doesn't really make any human voice, only animal voice, and then had no power to harm or to benefit them. As far as eating my food or wearing my clothes or having some properties, material properties in this world is concerned, all these are concerned. They are ready there. I can get it. I don't need a prophet. I don't need a prophetic teaching to make a computer or telephone or other means or airplanes or aircrafts. I don't need a prophet to teach me all these. Who the prophet means? Addressing to my human needs. What I need, a prophet who speaks to me with a human voice, addressing to my human side and answering my human expectations, questions. These things, for example, let's make a very simple example. I prepared my dinner and I am eating my dinner. Okay. Does it benefit my human feelings? It means gives the answer to my human feelings, or the food itself harm my human feelings, human questions, human concerns? Nothing. You have to make sense of it. You have to learn how to interpret them. You have to learn how to read the meaning transferred to you in them. You have to learn it. The prophets are there employed for this purpose in order to interpret the meaning, the message which is transferred to us through all these acts of creation. Material creation. If you don't listen to the prophetic teachings, you only benefit from them as far as satisfying your body needs is concerned. You cannot go beyond this. That's what the verse is beautifully presenting. Why didn't they not see that the things could not give, all this entertainment things could not give them any response and had no power to harm or to benefit them? Why did they use their human side, that making those move and addressing my stomach, the needs of my stomach, doesn't satisfy my humanity, human needs? Of course, I have to take the food in order to satisfy my stomach. I don't have to have any human training for it. Even the animals with no training, they know how to feed themselves much better than human beings do. Don't they see that? So that was surprising for Moses. In this way, Moses realized that these people, although they obeyed him, they followed him to cross, to get away from the difficulties of their life and to gain their freedom, but they didn't receive enough education how to use this freedom. Now they need a long-term training. Moses was wrong to think that his people have submitted themselves to teaching, to his teaching. It means God is teaching through him. What does it mean for me? To enroll into the class, into a college, doesn't make me an architect. I have to realize. To be born in a Muslim community doesn't make me a practicing, confirming, satisfied, knows what's going on, a believer in the teachings of the message of the Prophet. I have to study. That's how we learn from this story. I have to study. My claiming that I am a Muslim doesn't mean I am ready to digest, to practice the teachings of the Quran. Most of the time, I am not even aware what the Quran is teaching. I know halal meat, that is very essential. I know Islam says you have to pray. Of course, we have to whenever we have opportunity. I know how to fast during Ramadan. Yeah, I love it. Most of the people practice, not all, but most. For any reason, people love fasting. Okay, it is not wrong. I know it. That is what we know, and I have to make wudu, prepare myself for the prayer. Yeah. And some people say, because I have to learn how to read the Quran, literally. Okay, literally means it's letters. That is not bad, but that is most of the generation enjoy themselves with Islam, even with Christianity, with Judaism, with certain religions. We don't really go into the class and learn. We don't feel the need. We think that learning the teachings of the Quran is a professional thing. Only those people who go to Egypt, Saudi Arabia, or Morocco, somewhere in the Muslim world and gets the education from great scholars, they are the people who are going to study the Quran, not we, because we believe in it. Isn't that enough? Okay. If enrolling with the college is enough to become an architect, go ahead. That is what the serious matter is presented to us here in this verse. This is not enough. They wouldn't make the distinction between the answer to our animalistic needs and the answer to our human needs. They didn't get the enough education to make this distinction even. That is my picture. Don't go back to we shouldn't go back to children of Israel were very ungrateful people. Moses saved them and they didn't appreciate him. As soon as he left, they just deviate from his way and scatter it all the way and forgot about Moses' teaching. How ungrateful people they were. But the Quran is speaking to me. One day, this is very interesting. Yeah. One day, Abu Zayd al-Ghafari, one of the very close companions of the Prophet, who really brought the message from the Prophet from Mecca, and whole tribe of Al-Ghafar tribe became a believer through his message, conveying the message. So sincere man and also hardworking man. So Abu Zayd al-Ghifari narrated something related to children of Israel to a very prominent companion of the Prophet again. But I wouldn't name it because he made a mistake there. So we shouldn't lose our respect to the companions of the Prophet. But he learns. They are learning. We are learning. They have been learning as well. So it is a process. It is not one thing happens at once. So, anyways, Abu Zer said something, and this was, oh, the other companion said, Ya Abu Zer, was it not about the children of Israel? He said, Abu Zer said, Al-Ghifari, yes, it is about the children of Israel, but this verse, this Quran, is revealed to us. Look at this. So, this Quran is talking about other people, how they behave. And there are many examples of the other people's behavior, how they were right, but mostly wrong. It's a reminder and also warner. That's why warning needs don't make mistake. So we are always prone to making mistakes. So Quran reminds us, don't make mistakes by saying, look, these people did the same thing. You shouldn't do. So Abu Zar says, okay, this is all revealed to us. It's very interesting. And we have to bear this reality in our mind. So we are not reading the story of the children of Israel. We are reading our own reality here. Now, let's move to, if there is no comment or no question, anything, I will be happy to hear your voice, questions, rejections, concern. All right. You think you are thinking. Okay, like I am. So I'm thinking loud. That's the difference. So verse 90. Now, verse 90 says, وَلَقَدْ قَالَ لَهُمْ هَارُونَ. Now be careful now. Harun is speaking. Min qablu, before Moses returned back to his tribe, as God said, go back to his people. As God said, go back. You haven't completed your mission yet. Yes, they are in the class, but they haven't learned anything yet. Come on, go back and continue teaching until they become an architect. You understand? They become satisfied with the teaching and practice themselves, and they come to me. Not only you alone. You should come to me together. You are the imam, and the congregation, jama'ah, will be with you. Don't come alone as an imam. No jama'ah. No people behind you. Oh, what happened again? No. Okay, sorry. Min qablu means before Moses returned back to them. Innama fituntum bihi. You are definitely tested or tempted by this image. Yeah. وَإِنَّ رَبَّكُمُ الرَّحْمَنُ. Now, it is interesting, but let me read the translation first, and then we will continue. Now, certainly Aaron had already before this said to them, "Oh, my people, you are being tempted by this." Truly, you know that this refers to this verse here, image of calf, ajil, jasad, material jasad, ajlan jasadan, lahu, حوار. So the material form, jasad. Jasad means body. Really. How is it translated here? image, okay, jasad, image, body, but material thing. In some languages, even jasad is used for body. Yeah. So you are tempted by this uh, angel here, this calf image, the animal image, representing animalistic feelings. Truly, your Lord is the most gracious. I mean, Rahman. We will talk about it. Follow me and obey me, obey my bidding. Whatever I offer you, follow me and obey me. Your Lord is Rahman, most gracious. Now, what is Rahman? We studied, if you remember before, the difference between Rahman and Rahim. Yeah, it is your Rahman Lord. I'm keeping the Arabic word because we have to understand the difference between Rahman and Rahim. Rahman, God's mercy manifesting all through the universe and giving whatever the right of existence of everything, providing them, not only animals, not only human beings, animals, plants, everything, they have given, provided whatever they need to exist by the Creator, Rahman. As opposed to Rahim, now let me give this in a very simple example that everybody knows and we use it every day. I need something to eat. Okay. It is given to me through the land, soil. Yeah, through soil. It is given to me, created by God through the soil, regardless of my acknowledgement of the Creator. That is guaranteed. That is the right of my existence. He created me. He gave me the need. Now he is providing whatever I need. That is the right of my existence. Since you created me, you have to provide this. And he does. That doesn't require the acknowledgement of the Creator. So mercy is everywhere. Yes, mercy is covered all creatures. As long as they exist, they are given what they need. But Rahim goes into infinite mercy. Infinitely merciful. What does it mean? Not only space-wise, infinitely mercy. Space is limited. And also material presentation of it. But the meaning of the space refers to the infinite. Rahim says, my mercy responds your needs of eternal satisfaction. That is Rahim. Rahman gives me food. Rahim gives me the news through giving me the food, in the existence of the food, that the one who prepared this food to you is the one who is going to prepare and give you all your human needs, which is eternal, which is permanent and perfect. That is mercy. That is infinite mercy. Why is it important? Because only through reading the meaning in the food can teach you who the creator of the mercy that you are entertaining now by eating the food. Who is this? The food says, in order for me to exist, the one who created me or creates me must be an infinite one, limitless one, or absolute one. So by using this language, the Quran is referring a beautiful, giving a beautiful reference to us here, saying that your Lord is merciful. What does it mean? Your Lord is the one who feeds your animalistic needs. You have to acknowledge your Lord as Moses taught you, prophetic teaching taught you. God is the infinite one, the one who created all these things that you are benefiting now. The previous verse stated, even the previous one. Okay, no, Samaritan, this one. No, I think we previously studied this.
Yeah, this one, 87.
This one, 87, yeah. We cast them into a fiery furnace as suggested by Samiri. Yeah? Yeah, as suggested by Samiri. What the Samiri suggested them, look, you enjoy your food and here you get the food by your own work. You don't need the Lord of Moses. You see that? You don't need the Lord of Moses. You work and cultivate the land, you will get it. You work and get the things, make the things, and you will satisfy yourself. You will make your own, I don't know, transportation means or train and airplanes or computers or other tools, machines. You do it. You don't need Moses to teach you, and they satisfy you, don't they? That is Samiri. That is Samiri. It means we said these are the scientists of our time. They say, okay, you go and find it out what you need, and why do you need God? God doesn't make you or prepare you or give you or produce for you the machine you need. Now, when you cultivate the land, you get it. Why do you beg God to give me food, please? But even you don't beg, you get the food. Do you understand? That's what the people say now. People feel now generally. You work it, or what are you doing? I'm trying to, meet the needs of the family or my loved ones, etc. But that is what you are here? Yeah, because I need to eat, don't I? I need to have a shelter, don't I? Correct, you do. These are given to everyone, but how about your human expectations? That is what the prophets teach you. Prophets are not sent to teach you how to make computers, but prophets are here to teach you who is the real creator, owner of the computing system, so that we are benefiting from it, from this world. Who prepared them for you? That is you, that is what you have to acknowledge. You have to know. That is what you are here for. Otherwise, Animals also, without being a human being, without having any human intellect, human consciousness, animals also can get their food and can make their own nest better than you do according to their needs. You don't need anything there. But you die as an animal and you become a compost. Finish. But your feelings, you are a different creature. Yeah. Now, Harun kept reminding that you need the Lord of Moses. It means you need the Lord. Rab Moses teaches you, not what the things that you get, because the things that you get for the needs or in order to satisfy the needs of your body, you don't need Moses, correct? But you are a human being. Don't forget, you really need the Lord of Moses. You have to learn who he is. So the word is beautifully used here. فإن ربكم الرحمن. Your Lord is the Rahman God. Even your food is provided by him, but you need to see that he is the source of it, and you will become aware of Rahim. If someone does not look for the manifestation of Rahim, he lives like an animal. Yeah. So continues, follow me and obey my bidding, whatever I offer you. Yeah. أطيعوا أمري. Yeah. واتبعوني وأطيعوا أمري. واتبعوا أمري. So what from there, look, I am reminding you what the prophet Moses taught you. Go back to our school example again, as typical it is. So instructor, the assistant of the professor says, look, you just forgot about what you have been taught and directly went into another direction. You have to think about, digest, do your homework, do your assignment. You have to think what the professor taught you while he was in this class, and because the helper is not as authoritative as the professor, so the students said, the professor is not here. Come on, they didn't listen. They just forget about the teachings of the prophet. I think it is a very important and essential lesson for me to remember that when I say I am a student of the Prophet, Messenger of God, Muhammad, I have to listen and learn his teaching, the gist of the essence of his teaching. Not that I know how to read the Quran, just read it. And in its Arabic literature, in Arabic literal form, just read it. Okay, but of course it is good to learn, but people like you has to concentrate on its meaning so that you will get to know the Lord of Moses, Lord of Muhammad. It means teaching. They teach who your Lord is. The mission of the prophets will be only after you read the meaning discloses itself to you, to me. So we have to attend the class, listen to the professor, and after professor leaves me, for example, I have to study the Quran as much as I can. And when I close the Quran Musaf and go back to my standard life, routine life, I have to do my assignment there. That is I would like to remind this to myself. When we are in class now like this, we love it. After I leave this class, go back to my routine life, I don't do my exercise, assignment, homework. I don't really go over it, revise it in order to put it into practice and turn the meaning of life, meaning of my life, really practiced in my physical relationship, bodily relationship with the material world. So it is important to make the distinction between Mus'haf and Quran. Mus'haf. Alaykum salam.
I am really touched by, I'm saying I'm really excited about this. This is like, we are always praying for specific things, but to ask to pray for the meaning of something. Say I'm praying for, you know, guidance and finding the best new job, but I could pray for that experience of praying for the best new job to provide me with meaning and closeness to my creator. This is like, it's searching for something that is beyond the material, and it makes the prayer itself like a real prayer, that it's not just ending with the delivery of the material item, but it's that I'm hoping that the meaning will enter my heart. And that's something that I don't think will ever leave, even after the completion of, you know, the thing that I'm praying for comes and goes. So I'm really excited about this, to put this into practice, inshallah.
Thank you very much for sharing this feeling. It's very real. It is very common to everyone, including myself. I'm very happy to hear this practical example. So, inshallah, we have to do our assignments. I'm not blaming that we believe in God, we believe in the Prophet, we believe in the Quran, and this is something bad and it's not enough, always not enough, always not enough. Of course, there is no end in perfection, human perfection, but at the same time, we have to be respectful. We have to respect everybody's capacity, point of interest, but we have to encourage ourselves. Look, if you take the first year in architecture, that's excellent, but not enough. Okay, all right. If it is not enough, for example, let's say I'm speaking to my children, okay, or let's say I'm speaking to my daughter. So I said, yeah, did you take the class? Yeah. How long? For a year. Oh, did you pass? Yes, I did. Oh, I learned a lot. Okay, good. All right. What shall I do now? Now, as a parent, what's my job? You say, yeah, okay, please continue. That is not enough. In my daughter, in the example, daughter or son, my daughter shouldn't say, whatever I do is not enough for you. As the people say, Quran is full of furious language, always angry God, always threatening God. Not enough, not enough. I am always prone to negligence. I am always prone to laziness. That is not enough. So always Quran says, yes, you took the first class, the first year of education, but have you taken the second year? You cannot become an architect by studying only 1 year. I created you with the capacity to learn architecture in 10 years. For example, architecture, really to become a good architect is very difficult. I know from some people's life experience. So they always make search and more and more and more. Anyway, reflect on their job more. So anyway, let's say 5 years, 10 years. So when I'm speaking to my daughter, what would I say? Oh, mashallah, you passed your class. Excellent. So that's enough. Do you think I am a good parent? That's enough. Huh? You don't need to go to the second year course. What do you think? Is that enough? Any answer? Do you think I'm a good parent if I say, okay, that's good, mashallah, mashallah, all right. Of course, I have to appreciate that she studied 1 year, but at the same time, I have to say, okay, go to the second year. You are not yet an architect. It doesn't mean, of course, applying this example to our reality. You are not yet a believer. You are a believer only for at the level of 1 year of education. So you have to go further. That's why God always encourages us. Go further, go up and up and up. Okay. Let's go to the following. We have to understand that who is Aaron? Who is Harun? What does Aaron represent? Any idea? In our life, Moses is the prophet who teaches the message. Aaron is a figure here. I mean, don't say, oh, it is a prophet as well. I mean, we are not after title. We are not talking about the title. But what is his mission next to Moses? And how can I relate it to my life?
A reminder, like a human conscious feelings.
After, excellent, thank you very much. After receiving the message from the messenger, from the prophet, after prophet leaves me, whatever is left with me, what is left is excellent. I really love this answer. My consciousness is still with me. I am aware of what Moses the prophet taught me. I am aware of it. Shahrani family, your mic is open and some noise is coming. Shall I? Okay, thank you. Okay, don't worry about it. Yeah. So after he leaves the prophet, I am left with my own human feelings, my own human qualities. One of them is my consciousness. I am aware of the teaching. And also, some people learn much better than I do from the teacher and becomes an assistant, as if teaches on behalf of the teacher, professor. After professor leaves, he continues to teaching. All those available sources for us within ourselves, our consciousness, our human capacity. But apart from ourselves, not within ourselves, but without ourselves, if you like, apart from ourselves, all the people who teach me what the prophet taught are the representative of Aaron in this picture. But Aaron was a prophet. How about the other people who are teaching us what the Quran says, what the prophet taught us? They are not prophet. Don't speak in terms of titles. Oh, now, let's come to the last verse. The time is up. But they replied, but they replied, we will not stop worshiping it until Moses turns to us. It means we will not stop engaging with preparing or providing the needs of our body only until prophet comes back and teaches the meaning in these actions. Moses returns to us because Moses this subject must be really studied in detail because the prophet represents the meaning side of everything, teaches the meaning side of everything. So if we take the prophet just because he performed some wonderful actions, he performed some wonderful actions. The telephone, you might have heard, distracted my attention. Not because the content of his teaching. What I do, as long as I don't see this wonderful man, as long as I don't see his wonderful actions, miraculous actions, his teaching doesn't affect me because I didn't pay attention to his teaching, but I paid attention to his wonderful actions. Right? That is what Aaron represents here. And the people, why the people didn't listen to Aaron, but only looked for the virtue of the teacher as to be the prophet, presenting miracles to them. So Aaron didn't present miracles to them, Moses did. So they admired Moses, not Aaron. Because Aaron represents this position, the one who receives the message, not because of the virtue of the prophet, but because of the virtue of the message. He admired Moses. The other people admired Moses because of his personal virtue, miracles. That is why we have to pay attention to the content of the teaching rather than the miraculous demonstrations of the people. or anything actually in general. Did I make this point clear? Is it clear to you? Inshallah. So Moses comes and they admire Moses, not Aaron. Although Aaron teaches what Moses taught, but they didn't listen to him. That is human nature. For example, they look at me, but they don't look at what I say. Example. For example, a child listens to his parents because of the position of parenthood, not because what they say. What happens as they grow, they don't learn anything from their parents, but only they respected their parents as they were feeding them, taking care of the needs of the children, etc. But what we have to do here, after reading this verse, we have to respect our parents because what they taught us. We have to pay attention rather than the authority position, but we have to pay attention to the content of his teaching. Now come back to the Quran. And rather than the authority of the Quran as to be God's word, we have to confirm it, its content, so that we will be satisfied with the content of the teachings of the Quran. That is real belief. Otherwise, if I say, I'm satisfied that the universe is a creator, he is God, and the Prophet Muhammad was his messenger, and the Quran is his speech. Yes, I'm more or less satisfied about it. Yes, I don't deny that, but I respect Mus'haf, the book form, rather than the meaning. The same thing. The same thing. I have to respect the Mus'haf. Yes, I have to respect the Mus'haf. That's nothing wrong, and it must be so. But at the same time, I respect the Mus'haf, the book form, in order to approach the meaning, have access to the meaning, and appreciate the meaning. That becomes meaningful for me. Inshallah, we should stop here, although we are 9 minutes late, okay? Anyone who would like to make the comment or question, any concern? Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سورة الفاتحة.